Hey guys, it's me, Dawn from Rants in Our Pants. Bet you're wondering where the show is. You and me both. Um, we postponed last week due to things happening with my producer. He, had to work, and that's understandable. And we made arrangements to do the show this week, but he ain't here, and I don't see anyone coming in to cover the show, so here we are in the parking lot, me and my lovely wife over here.
Hi.
And, I don't know what's going on, folks. I'm not going to lie. I know life happens. This is a busy time of the year, so something may or may not have happened. I tried reaching out to my producer, but no response. I'm going to reach out to Dan, who owns Cave Radio, and let him know what's going on. But I'm not going to lie to you, folks. I'm putting things into perspective here. I've had a lot of stuff happen this year, especially recently, that have financially kind of hit us for a bit of a loop. One of them being my car died, literally died, and it's stuck at my present place of employment. Say that 5 times fast. And I gotta start thinking of putting things in perspective because life doesn't function without a moving vehicle. Even though I got my wife's, but we work different days, and I got stuff I got to do, and she's got stuff she's got to do. So we gotta figure something out there. But as far as rants goes, I don't know what to say, folks. It is kind of what it is. I had plans today to play nothing but goofy Christmas music all throughout the show, especially stuff you don't normally hear on the radio anymore, like Walking Around Women's Underwear, one of my all-time favorites. Some people might take offense to that, but it's still one of my favorites. But again, it is what it is. Um, I guess this has just been a weird year. I'm just going to leave it at that. Not unlike last year, which was that was a what kind of show that was. It was a dumpster fire if there ever was one. This year was a little better, but as far as things happening that, I wish wouldn't have happened, obviously, if they wouldn't have happened, hey. But to reflect on some of the great things that happened this year, me and my lovely wife, we went to Traverse City, Sleeping Bear Dunes, Inspiration Point, I think it's called, you said?
Yep.
And we got to see a lot of Michigan that I have never seen before. I'm and so much so that I would like to do it again. It's been in my brain ever since we've come back. We need to do this again. I really enjoyed myself, even though probably to my wife's shock and awe, I probably didn't reflect that. So I would really like, us to do that again. And that was one great thing we did this year. My sister and my aunts and a lot of our friends and family surprised us this year. Well, they more surprised Amanda than me. I figured it out. But they surprised us with a 50th birthday for me and a postponed late wedding reception from our 2020 nuptials. And it was really nice. It was really, really nice. Um, what are some of the things that you enjoyed about this year?
Well, you like putting me on the spot.
Yeah, it's my job. You didn't see that coming?
Well, probably the highlight was the reception birthday thing because that came out really really nice. It was very nice, especially given everything going on lately, to actually be able to see everybody.
Right.
A little scary because there were people, but I miss those people. It's nice to see folks once in a while, at least. And yeah, that and the trip. You're right. It was long overdue that we got to actually go somewhere and spend some time together. And I know you really fell in love with Traverse City, and it's not that far, So I'm kind of hoping maybe we can do this a little more often. It's not like trying to plan a trip to Tennessee, which was great, don't get me wrong. I'd be more than happy to go back to Gatlinburg or, somewhere else. I don't know where else we'd like to visit. Well, I keep wanting to go to Indiana, but that's just a few miles away too.
You
But
just want to go to Indiana for the high octane.
I want to go to Indiana to visit the Kurt Vonnegut Museum. Um,
That wasn't the high octane I was thinking, but okay.
well, that too. But yeah, it's my hope that we can travel a little bit more. This is a beautiful state. It's expensive to live here, and we should enjoy it as much as we can. So, yeah, those were like the best things.
Now, see, was that so hard?
Nah, but I pretty much just repeated you. Nothing personally for me specifically was a highlight, I don't think.
Well, I would say, I,
Bruce, we got him last year.
yeah, I was gonna say Bruce was last year. Bruce was last year.
But he's 16 months old. We've had him for a year.
Yes, he's just adorable little baby. Freaking asshole. Um, but yeah, as far as everything else goes, neither one of us would lie and say it was a perfect year. Like I said, obviously there were some things that happened this year that, were a bit on the downer side and financially, hit us really, really, really in the soft spots, if you know what I mean. Um, but getting back to the show that you're obviously sort of seeing and sort of not hearing on Cave Radio right now, I'm gonna put it to you. I'm gonna put it to you straight, folks. I'm thinking of taking a serious hiatus from Rants in Her Pants because of situations like this. And again, no fault through Dan or Cave or even the producer. Like I said, life happens. This has minimal to do with that. The fact that there's no one here to cover the board has really very minimal to do with that. It has a lot to do with, like I said, life happens. And in our case, it's just right now I just need I think a break to get, things in order. But if I want to end this year on anything, I'm going to end it simply as this. I turned 50 years old this year. I know. The fat keeps the wrinkles out. But it took me, I want to say, 50 years to realize the bigger picture on things. And in the case such as this, I've learned appreciate a lot of the little things. Appreciate spending time with loved ones, if you can. Appreciate that homemade gift someone gives you, and don't throw a temper tantrum because you didn't get the expensive phone or the hot gift item this year. A lot of people make things and they make it out of love because they want to give you something personal, something a piece of their heart. And sometimes those homemade gifts are exactly that. They're not just giving you homemade cookies or homemade breads or pies or whatever it may be. They're giving you a piece of themselves. And I've learned to truly appreciate those. If you have the chance to spend time with loved ones, please do. On the other flip side of that, and I know I'm going to get shit from my family if they're going to misinterpret this, but it's a meme I saw a long time ago. Don't sacrifice your mental health for obligation. Meaning, if your family is toxic to you, don't feel like you have to go just to, be there. If you feel like you're going to be in a situation, spend it with your chosen family. And by that I mean if you have friends that want to have you over on Christmas Eve or Christmas, go for it. Don't feel like you have to go visit Uncle Uncle Larry talk at length about how the election was stolen, or don't deal with Aunt Martha, who talks at length over those snowflakes who wear masks and get vaccinated. Shots. Um, Spend the holidays with people you love. Now, to my family, don't misconstrue that. I love you guys. I do. That's not me saying I want to, no. That's for other folks who can't really mesh well with their family. And some people don't have families. That's why you say chosen family. And to really ring out the end of this year and into the new, just do me a favor. And this is coming from me, who has B negative blood. I don't fight my DNA. But try to be a little nicer to people. If there's another thing I've saw this year and I've ranted about, this year has seen a lot of things being stressed and stretched to the limit. And basically what I mean by that is you go to places you can't go in. You have to be in the drive-through for eternity because they don't have enough staff. Yeah, I'm having this camera shake a little bit, huh? You've got other places that don't have, and it comes back down again to the staffing, because people don't want to go back and work for wages that just don't make sense for the job that they do. At our job, it's been one hell of a year, and it's going to end a little better, but we're still struggling. But I also see too many videos of the Karens of the world. Sorry to anyone that's named Karen. That's really nice. My cousin, really nice woman. Sorry if you get crap. Oh my God, her name's Karen. Karen, you're wonderful. But to the Karens of the world who act entitled and want to see the manager because they're not allowed to park in double spaces, or they're not allowed to have that item that's not available because of the shipping issues. People who give people on the other side of the counter crap because it's taking too long for their freaking chalupa. All I gotta say, folks, is put yourself in another person's shoes. I know it's an old analogy, but do it. Put yourself in someone else's position instead of your own entitled butt sometimes. You'll find that if you show a little bit more empathy, this world might just be a better place. Instead of
A constant screaming match.
do we scream at each other? No.
No, we're not entitled jerkwads. I'm just saying, this poor person is probably doing the work of 3 people. They're doing to the best of their abilities, and screaming at somebody? This is why we have an issue in the first place.
One of the many.
If you treated people like human beings instead of, bootlicking servants and stopped being a jerk, then we would have people working, and you wouldn't have to wait 400 years for something, and you wouldn't have to just deal with drive-thrus, because if people treated each other like human beings, we wouldn't mind serving each other. But if you're just going to treat everyone you see who's behind a counter like they're just some kind of dog snot, well, yeah, thanks for spoiling it for the rest of us too. Nobody wants to serve you.
And that was the Christmas message from Amanda Kavanaugh. And she says I put her on the spot. You wind her up, let her go. So basically, to sum it up, and I know coming from me, but yeah, I'll be an old softy just this once. Be kind to each other. There's too much shit. If recent events in Oxford didn't teach you that, In other words, stuff that has already happened too many times to be liked. Um, just be kind to each other. Because if memory serves me correctly, that's what this season's all about. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully I'll get to see you guys again sometime soon. But until whenever I can figure that'll be, I've been Dawn. That's been Amanda. Keep your rants in your pants. Goodbye.